Tom Prasada-Rao is performing a concert next Sunday, that's September 20th, at 6 p.m. Colorado time, but it's an online concert, so you can watch it from all over the country and all over the world. It will start at 6 p.m. in Colorado, but that's 5 p.m. on the West Coast. That's 8 p.m. on the East Coast, where Tom is in Maryland. So let friends and family know and share the information about the concert so folks can join us. Also, if you're not available at that time next Sunday, we will be posting a full resolution 1080p video with quality studio sound of the concert after the show, and so you can watch it at any time. So supporting the arts, especially now while artists have had a year's worth of gigs and more that have been canceled, and we're trying to figure out how to do things online. We can still show up for them and support them online. It just costs $12. Make a $12 donation and you can join the concert with us. This show is also a fundraiser for the American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. Tom and I both volunteer for that organization, and as a result of the 12 years of concerts that we've had here, this will be the 7th one in a row where we block out the time for Tom in September so he can come back and participate in that walk, the Out of the Darkness walk. He wrote a song called Out of the Darkness without knowledge of AFSP's mission. That's American Foundation for Suicide Prevention. But the song is so poignant and powerful and important that he comes out and opens to a stadium of walkers, which will be different this year because of the pandemic. Last year, there were 6,000 people who walked. And it was touch or go if Tom would be able to join us, and I'll say a little more about this in a moment. He's been going through a cancer fight for the last 2 years, and has still been able to show up for others in his volunteer work, as he will do this year. And actually the walks he'll participate in won't just be one, because a lot of elements have been moved online. He's done a recording of his song, and that'll be shared at various places through the country. So I'll post a link to that so you can listen to the Out of the Darkness song that he wrote. It's a very powerful song. The fact that he comes back every year has been a windfall for Little Tree fans, because not only is Tom a world-class singer, songwriter, and performer, but he's a standout even in that category. Absolutely a musician's musician, and his fans who know and love him know that about him. He is a prolific songwriter. He's put out 9 of his own albums. He taught songwriting at UVA for some years, and he doesn't just write a lot of songs, he writes a lot of quality songs and wins awards for them. So if you didn't know, he's a Kerrville New Folk winner, he's a Falcon Ridge Most Wanted winner, he's a Washington Area Music Awards Songwriter of the Year. He wrote the Song of the Year in the same awards, WAMA Washington Area Music Awards. Also, Best Male Vocalist, 10 straight years in a row there. He was first place Mid-Atlantic Song Competition in the category of Jazz and Folk, and also Kerrville Music Awards Indie Album of the Year. So he's distinguished and very special as a performer. And his friends all over the world know him. They don't need to see his pedigree to know he's awesome. They just need to go to one concert, and then they keep coming back year after year. And this year, there's been a whole new crop of fans who've gotten exposed to Tom. Those of us who know him are not surprised that if he sees and is moved by a story, that before he goes to bed that night, he will have posted a new song that he just wrote and performed, pointed the camera at himself and puts it out into the world, and wake up in the morning to find it gone viral. And that's what happened with a song he wrote this year called $20 Bill for George Floyd. He was moved by the story. He was stressed by the story, like a lot of us, frustrated by systemic racism in the country. He put this beautiful song of witness and protest out into the world, and it has just run around like wildfire. It's was on Democracy Now! With Amy Goodman. It was on NPR's 1A. This song is just a few months old, 4 months old. It was featured in Acoustic Guitar Magazine's June 14th edition, and it's been covered by over 150 people around the world, Iceland, Ireland, all over the planet, because the story is resonant and the song is powerful and amazing. So I'll post a link to that too. If you're not familiar, become familiar. And if you know about Tom from that song, but you haven't seen him before, now's your chance. He hasn't done a concert in 6 months, and so now it's a chance to get to know him and also get to know his new work. Oh my God, fans who are familiar with him he's just continued to write through his cancer battle, and the songs are powerful. And I'll say a little more about that in a minute. So this cancer fight has been a rocky road for Tom. Last year, we weren't sure if he was going to be able to come out and participate in the Out of the Darkness walk in Denver. And it was his first appearance after 6 months into a fight. It was a year-long battle that there were clear symptoms of, but it took a while to get sorted out. And he was able to come back and participate in the walk last year. And there was just this outpouring of love when he did a concert here last year. There were about 80 people in the audience. Everybody, most people, like 3/4 of the audience had Believe t-shirts on saying, "We believe you're going to get through this." And the stage was full of performers, world-class performers who flew out to support him on their own nickel. Eric Schwartz came out. Michael Lilly came out, Carl Wern came out, Rake Ohal, Tom's cousin, came out, Justin Roth came down from Fort Collins. It was a TPR love fest. And this year is like that too, you know, because of the virus, but also the continued fight with cancer. It's been 6 months since Tom did a solo show, and so we're hosting him again for that, and this time it's different in that it's online. As Tom's gone through his cancer fight, he's been very open and generous in articulating his experiences and as he's gone through the battle. And it's been an amazing gift for those of us who have loved people, who've gone through their own fights with cancer or who's lost people, because to have an artist articulate with their sensitivity and their ability what those experiences are like, and to be as open as Tom has been, posting a picture right in the beginning about healthcare with a frightening and badass scar from the tip of his shoulder to the top of his head, a facial nerve that's impacted him physically, having that excavated. To see the scar and to see this mask of MRI, you know, diagnostic test protection has been emotionally evocative and impactful, and Tom's been very open in sharing with that. And so, though it's had its impacts on him that are physical losses, it's also brought with it clarity and power that you can see in his songs. It's been quite something to listen to these new songs coming out, like $20 Bill for George Floyd. And I'm going to end this intro linked to one of those songs so you can see what I'm talking about. So his cancer battle has shifted things about his delivery, but it's not harmed it, and it's actually made it very clarifying, as you'll see. This example that I'm about to play for you is called "A Year of Losing Things," and it's just kind of the anthem for 2020. You know, we've lost things like our own freedom of movement with the pandemic. We've also lost the ability to be, to pretend that we're naive about the systemic racism in the country. And also, we've lost the ability to claim that we're rational. I think this political season has made it clear that that's not all that we're about. But we also have gained clarity. I think for me personally, it's been clarifying who's important to me, who am I going to focus my time on, and what am I going to focus my time on? Where should I put my energy? You know, 2020 has been quite a year of loss and clarity, and I think that's especially true for Tom. Losing things with his own personal fight and the focusing of his clarity about what's important and how that's coming through in his songs. So please get this on your calendar for next Sunday, that's September 20th. Let people know, share this link, and come join us. And also enjoy this song, "The Year of Losing Things" by Tom Prasada-Rao. Okay, see you next Sunday.
Been losing hope, losing sleep. I've lost my mind in the dark and deep. lost track of time, there goes spring. This is the year of losing things. The ICUs and the I can't breathe. St. Jude, won't you pray for me? Won't you help us to believe? 'Cause this is the year of losing things. Somewhere along this road, lost my way, the trail went cold. What good does it do to gain the world and lose my soul? About to lose my patience, lose my faith, lose my keys to the pearly gates. Guess nothing's safe as it seems in this year of losing things. This is a year of losing things. Lost some friends in the black and blue. The ones that swear it's all fake news. And if they all think less of me, well, this is the year of losing things. Way down in the rabbit hole, that's where the truest colors show. Guess we'll find out when next year rings, after the year of losing things. And I'll miss your body in my bed, your vibrato in my head, and all the songs we used to sing. 'Cause this is the year of losing things. This is the year of losing things. This is the year of losing things.